All right, let's jump right in. We hear it all the time, right? AI is going to change everything. But what if I told you that the way most companies are using it is actually a dead end? We're going to break down a really powerful framework for AI that goes way beyond just cutting costs. It's about building a self-funding engine for real, lasting growth. And we have to start with this question. Seriously, this is probably the most critical thing leaders need to be asking themselves right now. It's so tempting to just grab AI to automate stuff and trim the budget. I mean, on the surface, that sounds like a smart move, but it could actually be the most dangerous thing you do. And here's why it's so risky. It's this thing called the AI paradox. On one hand, you've got the promise. AI will make us cheaper, faster, and better. Awesome. But here's the problem. What happens when every single one of your competitors does the exact same thing? Well, you all just end up in the same spot. Everyone gets a little bit leaner, sure, but nobody gets any stronger. There's no real advantage. And that right there is the efficiency trap. So, how do we get out of this mess? Well, the answer isn't to just ditch AI. It's about thinking about it in a totally different way. And the way out comes from this brilliant framework on innovation from the legendary Harvard professor Clayton Christensen.
The big idea here is that you need to think like an investor building a portfolio. You don't just pick one thing. First up, you've got efficiency innovation. That's about automating tasks to free up people and cash. Then you've got sustaining innovation. Think of every new iPhone. It's about making your current stuff better for the customers you already have. And then the big one, disruptive innovation. This is where you create brand new markets. The secret is you absolutely need a mix of all three to win in the long run.
And this slide right here, this is the absolute core of the whole strategy. That money and time you save from your efficiency projects, that is not just profit you stick in the bank. You have to think of it as investment fuel for your future. It's the cash that's going to power your next product update. And even more importantly, your game-changing disruptive ideas. This is the AI flywheel in action. Efficiency today literally pays for the disruption of tomorrow. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds good in theory, but check this out. An entire country is actually building its national strategy around this exact same idea. It's like a massive real-world case study. Think about it. Singapore's government looked at the same choices a company does. Do too little with AI and you fall behind. Use AI only for efficiency and you risk massive unemployment and a shrinking economy. They realized the only real path forward was a healthy mix, using those efficiency gains to fund brand new jobs and completely new markets. So, what did they do? They came up with this really smart three-part plan. First, they built the foundation, the core AI infrastructure for the whole country. Second, they made it super easy for companies to get on board and start using it. And third, this is the crucial part, they started investing heavily to make sure all that AI work created new long-term growth. And if you're wondering how serious they are, just look at this number, 37 billion Singapore dollars. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't some small pilot program. This is a massive national bet. It sends a crystal clear message that the goal here is creating future value, not just saving a few bucks today. I mean, this quote, straight from their national budget, says it all, doesn't it? The government is literally telling the entire country to aim higher. The mandate couldn't be clearer. Use AI to build and grow, not just to shrink. And what's so cool is that this huge national level strategy has a really direct lesson for all of us inside our own companies. It reminds us that this isn't about the tech itself, it's about the strategy that the tech makes possible. It's why hiring a chief AI officer can actually be a huge mistake. It sends the signal that AI is the goal. And then what happens? Everyone scrabbles for cool tools and runs pilots that go nowhere. What you actually need is a chief innovation leader, someone who owns that whole portfolio we talked about and sees AI as a powerful tool to achieve a bigger goal. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. Okay, so let's bring it all home. We've talked about the theory, we've seen a whole country putting it into practice. Now, how do you actually use this framework where you work, like tomorrow? It all starts with one simple, but honestly pretty profound action. Go find your current AI roadmap, that giant list of projects, and just stop looking at it as one long list. Instead, take every single initiative and sort it into one of these three buckets. I'm telling you, just doing that will completely change how you see things. And you can use this table as your guide. For each bucket, you ask a different question. For efficiency, it's all about how do we free up our people to do more important work? For sustaining, it's how can AI make our products even better for our current customers? And for disruptive, the exciting one, It's what totally new markets can we go after now thanks to AI? The examples here really bring it to life. And finally, you gotta zoom out. As a leader, you need to connect your plan to the bigger picture. Are you taking advantage of things like government grants to make those bolder, disruptive bets less risky? Are you actually building something that can grow and scale around the world? And are you helping your own team members grow into those new, higher value jobs that AI is creating? You gotta make sure you're swimming with the current, not fighting against it. So we kind of end up right back where we started, but now we have an answer. At the end of the day, companies and entire countries are wrestling with this exact same question and answering it by deliberately balancing that innovation portfolio and using today's savings to fund tomorrow's big ideas. That is the real secret to winning in the age of AI.